right from recruiting the right sets of teachers, then standardizing their entire training process so that everyone delivers a synonymous experience to the learner, right? So that's on the teacher ecosystem, and then building deeper technology, building the elements of AI, not to supplement learning, but to aid learning, right? The whole practice process and post-learning process and using AI, a lot can be done on that side. So of course, that is something that we are working on. And then we are in the process of launching our music label, which, the idea is to take the cohort of our talents, which is combination of our teachers and our learners, to the next phase, which is the creator phase, right? Make them the music creators, help them create content, and that can happen through our own music label, right? So then give them opportunities and wings to fly.
Namaskar, hello, welcome to Good Vibe Show, where we celebrate individuals who inspire change and embody positivity. We are thrilled to introduce Ashish Joshi, the visionary founder and CEO of Artium Academy, a music tech platform that streamlines the journey of an aspiring musician from learning to creation to distribution. Artium aims at giving opportunity to talent across the globe through their performance-based curriculum designed by maestros like Sonu Nigam, Shubha Mudgal, Louiz Banks, Aruna Sairam, Raju Singh, Chitra, Gino Banks, who are a part of Artium's unique academic board using their proprietary platform and technology. Currently, Artium teaches vocals, guitar, and keyboard. Ashish brings over 2 decades of experience in media technology and digital industries, specializing in media strategy, content acquisition, distribution, and launching products on AI platforms. His diverse background includes roles as head of the self-incubated business Fluence at CA Media, head of Digital Universal Music India, India and SARC, and general manager at Hungama Digital Media Entertainment. Join us as we delve into Ashish Joshi's inspiring journey, his innovative approach to music education, and his vision for the future of Artium Academy. Hi Ashish, welcome to Good Vibe Show.
Thank you so much, Vanda, for having me here. Privileged.
Thank you. So to start, could you tell us what inspired you to start Artium Academy?
Yeah, there are multiple factors, but one of the key factors, it all started with the fact that I was born to a mother who was Hindustani classical Visharad. So I had musical genes. But like many fathers, my father too believed that if you are not a lawyer, CA, doctor, engineer, you're worth nothing in life. So he never allowed me to learn music from my own mother. So while I had musical genes, music remained part of my life. I could never learn music myself. Fortunately, I got a chance to work in media and tech space where I was very integral part of the music industry.
Okay.
Having had South Asia for Universal Music. And then I started working with musicians, and I started understanding that despite of the depth and diversity and richness of music in India, which is parallel to none, probably we are richer than the world music, there is no singular music education platform / brand which has emerged out of India, which is synonymous to Trinity or Berkeley's or Juilliard's or whatever, right? And that was a trigger point. Having been part of the industry and realizing that India needed to have a brand which can go global, especially in music education. That was one key inspiration, and genuinely I believe that just like in the West, or you see 90% of Chinese kids learn piano, or or music learning is a part of the growing up years in Southeast Asia. India has never had that culture, whereas music learning in the early days is a life skill, essential life skill that one must learn. So combination of this all factors made me realize that it's important for someone to take the initiative and build a global platform emerging out of India.
Amazing. So who were your favorite singers, or what type of music you used to listen when you were growing up?
Obviously, you had legends like Kishore Da, Rafi Saab, Lata ji, Asha ji. But I grew up listening to those music, but my favorite singer has remained to be Sonu Nigam.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
I grew up listening to him almost, you know, there was a time I keep joking around at this point in time that I always wanted to meet him. One of the dreams of my life was to meet him, and never did I realize that at some point in time I'll be working so closely with him,
Yeah.
right? So Sonu Nigam was my inspiration for sure.
Amazing. So your dream came true, and now you're working with Sonu Nigam. That is amazing. Okay.
Yeah, I just not working with him. I mean, he's more like an elder brother now for me. Someone
Wow.
who's been guiding me and mentoring me throughout my journey.
Great. So it's really exciting that you have, music maestros like Sonu Nigam, Shubha Mudgal, and S. Chitra in the advisory board of Artium Academy. So how did you convince them? Like, what was their first reaction when you approached them with the idea?
Yeah. So, the idea was to probably, if we were to go out and launch the first global brand emerging out of India around music education, then we were very clear that we had to have an academic board which had the maestros of the industry, backing it, right? And acting like faculty heads. So definitely that was a thought. And then when I went to meet, of course, Sonu ji and K.S. Chitra and Aruna Sairam ji, and all the other maestros, Louiz Banks, Shubha Mudgal, all the maestros, they probably realized that there was a very serious effort to make an impact. We are just not the fly by night, operator, just putting together an aggregator platform. But there was a very serious effort to do something. And when they saw the genuineness in this effort, all of them want to give back to the industry. All of them are actually looking forward at someone making the effort and wanting to back them, right? So we were the fortunate ones who got the blessings of each of these maestros, and here we are.
Amazing. So now moving to the unique aspects of RTM. So what makes RTM Academy, different than other online music platforms?
So apart from the fact that we have got maestros part of our academic board,
Mhm.
uh, and then they are part of the entire journey with us, which becomes our moat. But we did realize, having spent time in media and tech space, that if we were to democratize the whole process and take it global, then it's not going to work in a brick and mortar fashion, right? So we knew for the fact that we had to build a technology which delivers an elevated learning experience, um, almost in-person experience for any genre of music that someone had to learn. And therefore we started diving deeper into music, into building deep technology around this. Then the whole ecosystem that we built around Artium, and the fact that Artium is probably the first outcome-driven performance arts platform, which takes the journey of a musical aspirant from a learner to creator to influencer. And that entire journey one can see with Artium is one of the largest differentiators of Artium.
Wow, that's truly impressive. So, how do you plan to continue evolving and innovating, the music learning experience in RTM so that it can maintain its position?
Yeah, I think there's a lot to work. We've just scratched the surface, right from recruiting the right sets of teachers, then standardizing their entire training process so that there's everyone delivers a synonymous experience to the learner, right? So that's on the teacher ecosystem, and then building deeper technology, building the elements of AI, not to supplement learning, but to aid learning, right? The whole practice process and post-learning process and using AI, a lot can be done on that side. So of course, that is something that we are working on. And then we are in the process of launching our music label, which, the idea is to take the cohort of our talents, which is combination of our teachers and our learners, to the next phase, which is the creator phase, right? Make them the music creators, help them create content, and that can happen through our own music label, right? So then give them opportunities and wings to fly. That's the next phase that we are working on. And like I said, yeah, there's a lot to cover.
Great. So exciting. So talking about technology, how do you use tools and technology in Artium Academy to enhance the music learning experience for your students?
See, it starts with the video conferencing platform
Okay.
to begin, right? Which is the basic medium of communication, right? So we were delivering our classes using Zoom, but we moved to our own platform over a period of time, and then doing simpler things. Like for example, in music learning, when a teacher teaches online, he uses accompaniments like metronome, tanpura, tabla, guitar tuner, etc., while delivering the classes. Now, usually, when they start that through the mobile app, okay, um, and metronome or tanpura starts on a mobile app, one voice tends to negate the other on a Zoom or a Google Hangout platform, actually. So what we did was we built a peer-to-peer socket technology where we have embedded all our widgets on our dashboard, and given a sync feature. So the teachers who start the class, say for example, before they start the vocal class, they will start tanpura or metronome, and that using a technology starts at the same frequency, the real time on the other side, almost enabling zero lag, undistorted experience to the learners, right? So that's the beginning of the technology that we did, and there's a lot of work which goes in behind that. Then making sure that every customer has every learner has a class-wise content library. Post class, we have built in practice studio, which allows the learner to practice after the class on their app. Assignment features, learning graphs. So post class, everyone has a learning graph which can help them assess the journey. A lot of parents who are not musical in nature, they have
Mhm.
no idea to assess how their kids are doing post
Yeah.
classes. So there's a scientific method we developed which allows them to have assessments post classes. There are reports, just the way report cards come from school. You have very detailed report cards. I can continue going on what we have built on technology, but yes, we have, like I said, we have built an entire academy online in a manner. And that doesn't mean that we don't want to go offline. By the way, we have just started our first offline center in Chennai, in India. Do believe that as a brand, if we were to reach every nook and corner of the world, then we'll have to be omni-channel in our approach.
Mhm.
So we've just started our first offline center. We would love to probably have at least 40 of them in India in next 2 years. And then maybe we'll go global with Artium Academy's branded outlets, offline centers, maybe in New York, where you stay.
That will be awesome. Hope it happens soon.
Yeah.
But I was about to come to the question. You talked about establishing offline setup for RTM Academy. So my
Yeah.
question was, many people may wonder, like, why to learn music online, and why not learn, in the traditional way through face-to-face classes. So
Yeah.
how would you like to answer to those people?
No, I think, like I said, when you want to learn offline, either your teacher comes home or you have to go to a center out there. And today's day and age, where logistics and commute becomes a little bit of a process, online gives a straight away opportunity to someone to learn from the comfort of the home on their own timings, right? So that's one part of it. But having said that, like I mentioned in my previous answer, that we wanted to use this entire issue of in person versus online using technology, right? So if you use Artium's platform, we deliver on almost in-person experience using all the widgets and using a very using depth of technology that we have built around it, right? Giving them almost zero lag experience. Now that, coupled with the fact that you can take your classes at your own comfort, with teachers. Now, for example, very interesting point, if I was to take a class from a teacher, I will have to restrict myself to the teacher within my vicinity, right? But here, probably, I mean, in India, for example, some of the best guitarists comes from Northeast, right? What stops me from learning guitar from a very, very, very experienced teacher from Northeast, right? There are fantastic Carnatic teachers sitting in Tamil Nadu, Bangalore, and southern side of India, right? Now there are a lot of South Indians in Bombay who would want to learn Carnatic music. Why should they restrict themselves to a teacher within the vicinity, right?
Correct.
So it just breaks the barrier of geography, allows you to learn. I mean, that's why we have more than 50% of our learners today from outside India, right? Who are learning music from some fantastic teachers sitting in India, without having to worry about those teachers coming to their home, or they having to go to those teachers in their vicinity.
Amazing. You are, uniting all the music lovers worldwide.
Yeah.
Yeah, and giving them options, spoiling them. I can say that.
No, in fact, since you are in New Jersey, New York, you will relate to this more than people like us here. We have realized that the Indians globally, their
Mhm.
their need to stay rooted to the culture is higher than the Indians in India,
Absolutely.
right? And
Yeah.
they have very little options out there, and the options available are very, very costly,
Yes.
right? So on one, you're compromising with the quality of teacher, and then you're paying them higher, right? We are solving this in a big manner, and then we are providing, like I said, technology which allows them to deliver to experience an elevated learning experience, right? Which is synonymous to what they see in offline world.
Yeah, very true. So Ashish, I would like to ask, how is Artium funded? And do you plan to make it a public company in future?
Yeah, no, that's a great question, and nothing that I'm going to say is not a public information. We have raised two rounds of funding. Almost $3.7 million have been raised so far. Our last round was a pre-Series A round. Obviously, we will be looking out for the next round of funding, which is what we call a Series A at some point in time. But thankfully, we are a revenue-first company,
Mm-hmm.
and we are blessed to have amazing set of learners learning from Artium from all over the world, right? So, and as a company, we want to build a very robust, sustainable, profitable business in due course of time. And I see we going public through IPO in next 3 to 5 years. Definitely, that's a plan of action.
Amazing. It's a bright future ahead for sure.
Amen to that.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm also really curious to know, about Artium Originals. How does it support, students to learn music and release their own songs?
Yeah. So, like I said, the idea was to take the journey from a learner to a creator to influencer, right? So, Artium Originals was launched last year in partnership with Warner Music. Was our first attempt to, you know, give chances to our talents, which are both our teachers and learners. So I mean, Vanna, some of our teachers, rather 80% of our teachers are performers. They're
Okay.
ex Indian Idol, Saregama, Super Singer, contestants.
Wow.
They have been musicians, and all of these guys are also aspiring to maybe become artists at some point in time, right? So
Mhm.
through art, they can also see their dreams. And the cohort of our learners who are actually aspiring to become musicians. So, for those sets of people, we launched Artium Origins last year. But then we realized that Artium Originals was still a platform which didn't allow us to probably publish, distribute a little more aggressively. So we thought of launching our own music label, which you will soon hear about through PR in next 1 month.
Awesome.
So the idea is, in this label we are bringing in some of the superstars of the industry, signing a couple of songs contract with them. And the
Okay.
differentiating factor here will be that for every album that we launch every month with these superstars, there'll be one song which will be a collaboration of those superstars and our talent, thereby fast tracking the journey of our talent, right? Suddenly imagine, who would have imagined, and I'm this is just giving an example, I'm not giving out information yet, but who would have imagined a song to be collaborated with a Sonu Nigam or a Javed Ali or a Shan or a Divya Kumar, all those superstars, right? So that's our attempt. That's like phase two of Artium Originals, where we believe that Artium Originals, while it did pretty well for us in last 1 year,
Mhm.
it's time for us to launch our own label and distribute content using our expertise directly to all the DSPs globally.
Amazing. Artium students are getting some fantastic opportunities to
Absolutely.
make their
Absolutely.
career in music.
Absolutely.
I also want to understand, Ashish, like what is the earning potential for someone who wants to pursue music as their full-time career option?
See, there are multiple potentials. In our days when we were growing up,
Mhm.
if someone was to ask us, what do you want to become? We were like doctor, lawyer, CA, engineer, astronaut, scientist. Those are the options.
Yeah.
There was a very interesting study done by Sun in US where they asked kids between 6 to 16, and 65% of them said we would like to become influencer slash blogger slash creators,
That's the
right?
new generation.
The new generation, because all of them have realized that being creators, they can and thanks to all the digital distribution platforms like YouTube and Spotify and TikTok and Insta, um, the power has shifted back in the hands of the creator or the artist. So they all realize that they can distribute content and make money out of it. So like the easiest way to do is focus on creating your own content and distribute, and that's one revenue potential. But speaking more so about the artists who are aspiring to become musicians, um, you know putting out the singles, and then getting gigs, shows, right? uh, by virtue of becoming an influencer, you also get brand partnerships opportunities, right? A lot of brands today chase the influencers to do subtle brand integration through their posts, their videos, and etc., etc. So there are multiple opportunities for aspiring musicians. And you see, right? I mean, just imagine what I keep saying, what IPL did to cricket,
Hmm.
shows in India have done to music and dance.
Yeah.
A tier two, aspiring parent in tier two, three city in India can dream of pushing their kids to pursue dance or music, because they do believe that this also can be a profession full time.
Yes. Yes. And we are seeing these days, a lot of singers and dancers are getting chance.
Absolutely, absolutely. The sky is the limit for those guys. Trust me.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. So I'm also interested to know, Ashish, can anyone learn music or can anyone sing songs? Like if even if I don't have a good voice, can I still enhance my voice or songs through technology?
See, it's a very controversial question. Um, can I use technology to enhance my voice and make me surila, make me pitch and tune?
Yeah.
Yes. If that was not the case, we would not have seen so many actors singing nowadays in Bollywood, right?
Right.
So that's an established fact, and there's enough and more content available online and spoken by the greatest maestros about it actually. So that's possible. Can I teach you to sing using technology? I don't think so. You have to do what everyone has to do to get better. I mean, we believe that everybody can sing. Human race is a singing race. Okay. If you can comprehend good music, you can definitely reproduce good music through your vocal cords, for which you need detailed training. You need to go through the whole voice trainings, and you need a guru to teach you how to sing about it. But then there are a small percentage of people who just cannot sing. For them, you can always learn to play. Pick up keyboard, pick up tabla, keyboard,
Yeah.
pick up guitar, and you can always learn. But yeah, I mean, like I said, technology helping you get in sur or get in pitch is definitely possible. We see how autotune has helped so many people, so many Besura singers become Surila in that sense.
Yeah. Okay. So who, according to you, are the competitors of RTM? And does it vary by market?
See, there are a couple of very interesting platforms globally, like musician who have been teaching music through their platform. But that model is a very different model, because there you get more recorded and linear content, right? And that works really well in the Western world, because in Western world, fundamentally, people have learned music in the very early days of life. For them to comprehend through a recorded version is very, very easy. Just the way masterclass worked in US but didn't work in India,
Mm-hmm.
because it was easy for people to understand what those maestros are saying, purely because they have gone through the basic trainings of their life, right? In India, there are platforms like Shankar Mahadevan Academy, Sparda,
Mm-hmm.
etc. But none of these guys probably have stitched the journey of a learner the way we have done, right? And therefore, there are more Indian platforms who are focused more on one-on-one live learning, and trying to go global. Then there are global parallels of Artium in that sense. Globally, there are a lot of large platforms, but they are using technology or using recorded content to deliver music learning experiences. So I won't say exact parallel of Artium existing globally, but there are a couple of competitions in India for sure.
Okay. So, with the ever evolving AI landscape, Ashish, do you think AI can disrupt music learning platforms like RTM in future?
Um, it will take time for sure. I won't write off that possibility completely, and I don't want to be um, you know uh, s- stay in denial. Okay, AI is here. AI is here to stay. You've already started seeing platforms like Suno, which has started reproducing. Like it allows you to write the mood of your day and creates music real time for you, right? So music creation through AI is very much the reality right now, and you can't negate that. Learning through AI is going to be tough, like I said, until your fundamentals are strong, right? I mean, the concept of AI coach can always be sort of an aiding facility in your real learning experience. Like I said, you finished a class because you need to interact. There are a lot of and especially Indian music is all about Indian classical music is all about improvisation. If you were to reproduce a normal Hindi song, you can just copy, hear it, and copy and reproduce it, right? But if you were to do a raga can have multiple variations. It is always, so it is not going to be that easy for AI to take over the entire learning experience. But we strongly believe that AI, in fact, we are working on our own technology where AI is going to be an excellent um, uh, sort of supporting tool while you're learning through your coaches, your teachers.
Great. Okay. So, is there any right age to start learning music?
I think 4.5, 5 years is a good age to start learning music purely because your cords have started opening up by then.
Mhm.
Um, Anything before that, you need to be a prodigy to be able to start singing at the age of 3 because your vocal cords are still not mature or they are not developed completely. If you want to learn an instrument like piano, again, 4.5, 5 years is the right age for you to understand chords, communicate with the coach, understand that the teacher's language, etc., etc. So I think the right age is around 4.5, 5 and above. Because we are doing it through technology, we recommend 6 and above purely because we need the patience of a kid to be sitting in front of a laptop to learn music from the teacher. So therefore, we say 6 and above is the right age for us.
Okay.
Otherwise, for a regular music learner, 4.5, 5 is the right age to start learning music.
And is there any upper limit for the age? Like if I want to learn from RTM, is there any upper limit, age limit?
No, we have students. In fact, we had an event called Superstar recently, and we invited our oldest student, Malti auntie,
Mhm.
Malti Shah, who is 83 year old.
Wow.
She came and performed live in front of Sonu Nigam.
Amazing.
Uh, yeah, so yeah, there's no right age, but yes, your vocal cord starts getting tired, having sets of issues over a period of time. But in fact, a lot of doctors today recommend patients with various diseases to use music as a method to cure or meditate, right? So a lot of 60 plus people are learning music. So I don't think there's an upper limit to age when it comes to learning music.
That's great. And that's truly inspiring to know that, 83-year-old auntie is also learning music.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah, yeah,
Performing too.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. So lastly, Ashish, any message for people who want to learn music and make it their career or especially want to learn music online?
Um, I think for more than career, I just believe, like I said, music learning is an essential life skill. One must start learning at the age of 1 or 5, because it gives impetus to right brain growth,
Mhm.
cognitive skills, confidence building. And you see the kids who learn music in the early days of life, their ability to comprehend difficult mathematical sums or difficult spellings, etc., is much faster than the normal kids. So music learning is as an essential life skill. One must learn music. While doing it, if you really fall in love with the whole process, then there's an opportunity lying ahead of you. Like I said, the new age technology and digital platforms have shifted power back in the hands of creators. So you could become an artist yourself. You don't need too much of support to do what you want to do. So I think everyone should learn music, and a lot of people like me, went back to learning music at the age of 40, because we thought it is now giving me opportunity to distress myself, almost like an anti-anxiety pill for me in that sense. And also helps us earn social equity. It's very cool to write on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Daytime professional, evening time musician, right? Something of that nature, right?
These days,
So it
people do a lot of things, It's not just doctor engineer. They are doctor
yeah,
and something and something.
absolutely. So and we are fortunate to be in the day and age where there is this revolution which is taking right. The new age parents are pushing their kids to take performance arts very early. The middle aged and old age people are going back to the hobbies they always wanted to learn, etc. Right. So this whole new age mentality or mindset is kicking in, and happy to be the number one music education platform emerging out of India today, and hope that we turn out to be that one brand which, like I said, is synonymous to Trinity and Berkeley's and Juilliard's emerging out of India in due course of time. To everyone who wants to learn music, be it online or offline, it doesn't matter. Just start with the learning process, and discover for yourself which is the better medium for you.
Great, great message. And thank you, Ashish, for coming to our show. And it was a delight talking to you, and it was very insightful. We wish you
Thank you
continued
so much
success.
for having me here. Yeah, thank you so much.
So, viewers, his journey with Artium Academy showcases how dedication to excellence and a deep love for music can transform traditional learning into a dynamic and inclusive experience. We look forward to seeing Artium's continued success in nurturing musical talent and spreading the joy of music worldwide. Join us next time for more inspiring stories on The Good Vibe Show.